Joining us now on Medlab Middle East TV is Tom Berkowitz from Illumina. Tom, thanks for joining us. Listen, I understand you made some really exciting advancements in your genomic sequencing technology late last year. Tell us more about those.
So thanks, David. It's great to be here, and yes, last year was a really exciting year for Illumina. We made the announcement about the release of our latest instrument, the NovaSeq X, which you can see here and which we're proud to have on display here for people at Medlab to come and interact with. That is 5 years in the making. An instrument that was built from the ground up, re-engineered from start to finish, new chemistry, new optics, new lasers, a completely new design to get us to a system that is twice as fast and more accurate, significantly more accurate than the previous Illumina sequences were. And the other thing that's really important about it is we looked at our sustainability goals as a company, and we looked at what we could do to make the instrument and the packaging much more sustainable. So we're using reusable, recyclable materials wherever possible. We've done away with with dryer shipping, so we've got ambient shipment for most of our reagents, which is a huge deal, especially in places like the Middle East, which are, sometimes challenged with cold chain storage. And so it's a revolution, and it's what we think is the next step towards democratizing genomics and making it much more accessible in medical industry.
It is a beautiful looking machine, I'll give you that. You mentioned sustainability there very quickly, Tom. Why is sustainability so important to what you're doing at Illumina?
Well, I think it's important because, we need to be able to give back as well. I think we want to make sure that the products that we release are environmentally friendly as best we can, that the materials that we use are sustainable and kind to the environment, and I think most importantly that the packaging that we provide for our instruments is easily disposable and can be put back into recycled materials.
This year marks the 20th anniversary of the announcement of genomic sequencing. Tell me, what impact will genomic sequencing technology have, do you think, on the future of medical practice?
Well, I think you've seen the impact of it in the last couple of years with COVID, but I think that was really just the tip of the iceberg. So as we move forward, our expectation is that genomic sequencing will allow cancer patients to get their diagnosis much more quickly, to get directed to the right treatment at the right time, much more accurately, and to be able to monitor the progress of their disease in real time through the use of next generation sequencing technology. On the genetic disease side, in this part of the world in particular, where there is higher rates of certain genetic diseases, getting earlier diagnosis, improving the outcome for patients is critical. And we're going to see that moving forward in things like newborn screening and in carrier screening, and in ways that are going to impact people's lives for now and the future.
I hear there's a lot of focus, and you mentioned it just then, on the Middle East for genomics, and Illumina's been helping and assisting with that acceleration. How is that? Why is that, do you think?
So a lot of what has been sequenced so far has been in the Caucasian population. So populations like the Middle Eastern population and others are vastly underrepresented. Less than 1% or about 1% of all genetic variation has been characterized. And there's a lot that we can learn by studying the genomes of other races and of other people who aren't currently in these databases. And through that, we'll learn more. And through that as well, we should be able to make more medical and scientific advances as we move forward.
Good stuff, Tom. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Wonderful. Thanks, David.